Hello, everyone. I'm Evan Kazmarski, and I'll be talking to you a little bit today about job satisfaction in the workforce, whether it be for the good or the bad, and my experience with it. So, my good experience, I currently work at a landscape supply company. I've been doing so for 5 years, and 2 of those years, the last 2 years, I've been a manager there. Um, the greatest significance change that I saw personally was going from a team member to a manager. As a team member, I looked at the job as a 9 to 5 job. I get the paycheck end at the end of the week, and that's it. And the work that I was doing wasn't very fulfilling to me at the time. But after becoming a manager, I much more appreciate what I'm doing, and I love what I'm doing. The variety of landscaping is great. Every single day is a new challenge, a new opportunity, so I don't get bogged down with the same repetitive tasks every day. The autonomy that I was given from my boss at that time was a considerable difference from when I first started to then when I became a manager. Everything was on me, and I love the challenge. I love being held responsible for everything that goes on at the work site, whether it's you make the mistake or someone else. You have to push through that, and having my own touch on the work is was definitely an important key aspect to that too. The job had much more. It was much more fulfilling to me because I, I went home every day not thinking, oh, it's just a paycheck, but I went home actually loving what I was doing, and it was a considerable change in my mood and the emotions that I did feel at work. Because some days at work I did feel grogged down, and I did feel I didn't want to be there, but I want to be there every single day because I want to make not only the customer happy, but I want to make my boss happy, and I want to push to be better as an individual and as a worker. Now moving into the bad aspect, um, my first job wasn't that bad. I worked at Little Caesars, but my second job, I worked at a local restaurant, and to say that it was a bad job would be an understatement. The main problem that I saw there was not only with the work being repetitive and it wasn't very fulfilling to what I wanted to do in my life. Washing dishes wasn't the top 10 things that I would like to be doing with my life, and everybody has those jobs, and it just wasn't something for me. Um, Regardless that there's no autonomy, there's no identity, there was nothing that made this job appealing to me. What made it considerably worse was a terrible manager. The boss was a terrible manager. He treated the employees bad. The atmosphere was terrible. No one wanted to be there, and the work showed. When you show up every day expecting to get yelled at and expecting to have a problem, and you're not respected as a person, and you just looked at someone that's whatever minimum wage was at the time, that's it. That's all you are to them. It really eats at you, and it affects not only your mood but your emotions, because the things that would happen every day, whether it was you or it was someone else that was getting screamed at, and you're like, okay, that's going to be me tomorrow. So with it being a bad job and having a bad manager, I took a very passive approach to this. I slowly started to reduce my time there. I reduced my shifts, and I felt that that was the best way to handle it, because any other plan or course of action would have ended even worse than it already did. So after talking to my boss, and that was it for me at that job. And what I took away from that not only was I appreciate a good job in what I'm doing today, but I also, as a manager, told myself I would never be that manager. I would not be disrespectful. I would not treat people the way that the way that they're supposed to be treated. I wouldn't talk down to people. I would respect my coworkers, and I would hope that they would respect me. And it just everything works smoother that way, that I've found as a manager. And yeah, I truly learned from this experience. And yeah, thank you for watching. And I really love doing this assignment. It was good to talk, and I love to hear what you guys have to say as well. Thank you.